Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Asha. I'm a mom of 2 boys and I do a bunch of random stuff. I'm still trying to figure myself out. But for all intents and purposes, this video is about publishing your own book. Specifically, it's about how to make money publishing your own books. A lot of us have ideas that, we want to publish this children's book or write this novel or this autobiography or whatever it is. So I'm going to give you 5 tips that helped me to start generating income in just 30 days. Now, I published my first children's book on July 4th. Today is the 5th of August. And since then, I've sold roughly, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many books I've sold. And my goal when I first published my first book was literally like, just get it out there, just break the ice and, kind of feel it out and see how it goes. And I'll just keep learning from there. And yes, I have been learning from there tenfold. So my first tip for self-publishing and making money doing it is to make sure that you are writing for your reader. Now, I write children's picture books, and the original series that I ever came up with, the first book, actually it's this one, The Twin Cousin's Birthday. This book was like a personal story for me and I love it. And it's, it felt really good to write it. I have other books that are coming out in that series. But after I released that book and then I wrote my next book, I Can Because I'm Big, I got such a great response from that particular story that I decided to continue and write more stories in the I Can series because that's what my readers were wanting. So you kind of have to remember that it's not about you if you're doing it to make money. Now, if you just want to write a story just to like print something off to be able to give as gifts or to have at home or read to your kids, that's something different. But if you want to make money and make it a business, you have to make sure that you're writing to a particular audience. So identify who that audience is and write for them. My second tip is to share your book on multiple platforms. And I don't mean just print and ebook. I mean, like, I sell predominantly right now through my website and Amazon, but I also promote my book on Facebook with Facebook ads. And I'm also posting it on Facebook. Actually, my friends and family on Facebook sharing it to their friends and family has really been my largest source of revenue. I'm editing this video and I just wanted to say, not just family and friends, like if you don't have like a big family and friends community like I do, just your social community in general, like share it with them. Like those are your family and friends for, all intents and purposes. So yeah, you still have resources. As of late, now that I'm looking at my reports, I can see that some of my ads are starting to pick up, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to hit a slump from, the initial novelty of having written some books and my, family being like, oh, this is awesome. And then once they're done buying them, they're gone, the sales are gone. So you want to share on multiple platforms. My 3 favorite are Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter in that order. However, Twitter, I've only really just started figuring out how to use it, and I know that I can kind of ramp that up a little bit more, but with Twitter, there's a little bit more legwork because you have to build some serious relationships, get them to your website, get them, signed. It's a lot. But my #1 favorite is Facebook for the social aspect of it and for the ads. So just remember that. My third tip is to create attention-grabbing titles and covers. Now, if you look at this first cover that I did, it is extremely basic. I was nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. This is literally the only thing that I drew, and it's 2 separate drawings. This was from an illustration in the book. So I cut the truck out, scanned it, cut the balloons out, scanned it, put them in my editing software and lay them on top of each other and then shrunk them down and then just put a blue background on it. So I didn't really do too much to make this attention grabbing. I do think that in its minimal quality, and if that's something that you're going for is minimalism, I think in that minimal quality, it's it more so grabs the parents' attention, and that's who's going to be buying it anyway. So just really think about who you're trying to grab attention from. So after I did that cover, I did the next cover because I'm big. That one was a little bit, I feel like, better, more spot on, kind of depicted what the story was about. And then the following story, I Can Because I'm Kind, I really kind of took a risk and did a lot more illustrating myself. Mind you, I did all these illustrations on my own and I'm not an artist, so I'm kind of learning as I go. But this fourth book that I'm publishing, Seth's Sock Slips Off, the cover that I'm working on. It's still a work in progress, but you see how I'm progressing, and you want to just make sure that when people look at your cover, they see three things. They see the title of the story, they see the main character, and they see like a synopsis of what your story is about. My fourth tip is to pay for advertising. And I am starting on a shoestring budget. Yes, I have gotten some, what I would consider substantial revenue from these first few books. But with KDP, you don't get paid for 90 days. So I won't see a drop of money. So I'm still on that shoestring budget, but paying for advertising is really important. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot. I originally in my mind said that I was going to do $10 a day in paid ads, but I literally only do $3 a day. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube that will teach you how to create ads and how to pick good keywords so that you're not wasting a bunch of your money. I know with my Etsy store, when I first started paying for ads, I was, you know, doing like $5 and $7 a day, but I was paying like 60 to 80 cents a click. So if you put a cap on it, then you only get a couple clicks a day. And if you don't put a cap on it at the end of the month, you've paid a whole lot of money. And I'm sorry, it wasn't Etsy, it was Pinterest paid ads, but for my Etsy store. So you really wanna choose good keywords, long tail keywords that aren't gonna run you, you know, $1 a click, because then it's gonna cost you money. You won't go over your budget, but you also won't make any money from it either. So do a little bit of research on that. There are so many videos on YouTube about pay-per-click ads, and they're super beneficial. And my fifth and final tip is to write more books. I have people now that are subscribed to my website. I have friends and family that follow me on Facebook. I've gained more followers on Instagram for my personal page and my Pinecone City Books page, just from publishing the first few books that I have. Now, if I don't continue to publish any books, then they're going to forget about me, and then they won't buy books from me. You know, school is starting. They're going to want more books for their kids to read. Christmas is coming. Christmas gifts, you know. Oh, and a bonus to writing more books is to create merchandise. Things like posters, t-shirts, tote bags, pencils, folders, notebooks. All these things, for the most part, can be printed on demand, which is a low cost because you don't have to stock any inventory. It's literally like they pay for it and then you fulfill the order and it's shipped and you get your commission off of that. But another way to do it is just to print small quantities of these things and keep them on hand so that you can sell them that way too, because then the cost actually ends up being a lot lower. I'm trying to think of something that I know the price of, like posters. So if you did a print on demand poster, I think the base price is like 49 cents at the cheapest, and that's for like a small poster. But if you print it out, there's one company that, and if I can remember what it is, I'll link this particular company below. But if you do 1,000 posters, they're 12 cents a poster. I mean, that's like, you know, $85 or something like that to get 1,000 posters. And then if you charge, you know, $3 to $5 for each one of those posters, you're making millions. You're gonna make millions. You're gonna be so rich. You're gonna be huge. So yeah, those are my basic tips that have helped me so far in kind of creating this business where I can really put a lot of work out there and then start getting that residual income, and I can continue to build on writing and illustrating. I mean, I'm getting better with the illustrating every day. I don't think I'll ever be a professional illustrator, but I have been asked to edit someone's book. I have been asked to format someone's book. This is something that can build and can grow, and you can really create a business from it. So if this was helpful to you, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to get some more updates on some of this stuff and some of the other random things that I talk about. Hit that notification bell so you know when I post, and comment below if you started working on a book or if you're going to try any of these marketing techniques. Until next time, be blessed.